Rebecca Yarros' Onyx Storm expands the Empyrean Series magic system by introducing several new signets, unique powers riders channel through their dragons, while Fourth Wing already showcased rare and powerful abilities like Violet's and Xaden's. The sequel raises the stakes by granting more characters exceptional signets. Some of these abilities were hinted at in earlier books, while others evolved beyond previously known limits, proving that even common signets can grow into something extraordinary. 8. Precognition. Aaric Greycastle's signet. For most of Onyx Storm, it's assumed that Aaric, a first-year rider also known as Tauri, has not yet developed his signet ability. However, once he's revealed to have the power of precognition, there are several moments throughout the narrative in which his signet's presence is evident. Precognition grants Aaric the ability to see into the future, and while this is very similar to General Melgren, who has the specific ability of battle foresight, Aaric's signet is less limited in what he can see. The use of Aaric's precognition signet can be seen during several scenes in the early narrative. The first is when Aaric pulls Lynx out of the way of an open door, and later when he instructs Violet to protect the Dun Temple. Aricia provides Violet with the weapon to kill Theophanie and sends Sloane to help save Mira. These moments before his signet reveal felt incredibly random, but looking back, they were cluing readers into his signet manifestation and what he can do. Yet this is likely just the surface of what his precognition will accomplish in future novels. 7. Rock. Airwielder Garrick's first signet. Garrick's signet was kept under wraps throughout both Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and it's not until Onyx Storm that Xaden's best friend can accomplish through his bond to his dragon. Garrick's officially recorded signet is air-wielding, giving him the ability to manipulate the air in strong gusts of wind. This can be seen when he helps to train cadets during Xaden's signet sparring class. On multiple occasions, Garrick is depicted using his wind to blow weapons far out of another person's hands and counter other strong elemental signets, like fire and ice wielding. Violet first confirms this during their conversation in Samara, noting Garrick's air-wielding signet still couldn't have gotten him to her location as fast as it did. 5. Distance Wielder. Walker, Garrick's second signet. However, like Xaden and Imogen, Garrick is one of the many riders known as the Marked Ones, or in other words, a child of the Tyrish Rebellion. Thus, his Rebellion relic also grants him a second signet ability. Garrick's second signet is distance wielding, providing him with the ability to walk from one place to another hundreds of miles away in only a matter of seconds. This is first revealed during Garrick and Violet's interrogation with the silver-haired Venin, Theophanie, during which she calls Garrick a walker. In Onyx Storm's later chapters, Garrick is seen utilizing this ability as he walks to both Corden and Basquiath to retrieve Jack Barlow and bring him to Theophanie in the Ribestad chest. Iron Flame also alluded to the potential unveiling of this signet. When Violet is attempting to guess what that Xaden's second signet could be. She brings up the possibility of distance wielding. This is another signet that Xaden claims hasn't been seen in centuries, making it incredibly rare and powerful. 4. Dreamwalking Violet's second signet. Violet and Xaden both discover her second signet is Dreamwalking, lending her the power to enter into other characters' dreams and witness their worst nightmares. This is discovered when both characters awake from a nightmare, and Violet's just so happens to be the exact description that Xaden. This signet is the type that others cannot shield themselves from, and Violet would be able to enter someone's mind in their most vulnerable state. The Dreamwalking signet is also considered to be a type of intrinsic ability, as it is a mental power that gives Violet access to another's mind. However, Xaden believes Violet's is even more dangerous. This signet is the type that others cannot shield themselves from, and Violet would be able to enter someone's mind in their most vulnerable state, likely without their knowledge. Her power also allows her to meddle, which is why she is able to speak with Xaden and alter his dreams throughout Onyx Storm. 3. Storm Wielding Evolved. Theophanie's signet Storm Wielding is not necessarily a newly introduced signet, but the level of power shown through Theophanie's abilities proves the signet has evolved. Violet's mother, General Violet Sorrengail, was also a storm wielder, and an incredibly powerful one. Storm wielders are typically given the power to manipulate the weather, and both Fourth Wing and Iron Flame show Violet's mom creating powerful rainstorms. However, Theophanie's signet has evolved past the rudimentary basics of storm wielding, and she possesses abilities even Violet's mom did not have. Theophanie, in addition to the typical skills of a storm wielder, can conjure massive tornadoes that can toss dragons and their riders from the skies, and enact mass levels of destruction. After everything Onyx Storm reveals about the Venin, including their agelessness and immortality, it's clear Theophanie has had decades to hone her signet abilities into what they have become, making her signet more powerful than those with mortal lifespans. 2. Ice Wielding Evolved. Ridoc has the signet ability to wield ice, gifting him with the power to freeze, melt, or wield ice as a weapon at will. This signet is considered to be one of the more common abilities that rider cadets will manifest. However, in Onyx Storm, Ridoc's power seems to have grown immensely. This is first seen early in the book. Ridoc, in a passionate attempt to relay to Violet why he needs to be on the quest squad, extracts all the water from an orange in his hand and cracks it in half. While Violet and her friends are stunned, Ridoc admits that he's been attempting to hone and evolve his skills, clearly testing out every possibility that comes with being an ice wielder. Ridoc eventually gets to put his new skills to the test during the final battle in Onyx Storm, in which he pulls all the water out of a wyvern's body, cracking it in half, and kills it. This is the only other signet ability aside from Violet's that has proven to work effectively against the Venin-made beasts. Agrarian Kylynn's signet. Kylynn, also nicknamed Battle Axe by Violet, is a member of Aaric Assembly and a leader in the revolution. While her character is briefly introduced in Iron Flame, and it's known she's a rider, her signet was never revealed before. However, during a brief interaction between sisters Mira and Violet in Onyx Storm, Yarros adds another unique signet ability to the Empyrean Series magic system, that of an Agrarian. Violet's response to Mira's revelation confirms that an Agrarian is someone who can manipulate plants and nature, although the extent of this ability has yet to be seen. Onyx Storm could be foreshadowing Kylynn's power to have a more utilitarian use, such as speeding the growth of crops to provide supplies, or she could just use plants as actual weapons. Knowing Yarros doesn't drop details like this without a reason, it's expected the Agrarian signet ability will play a larger role in a future Fourth Wing novel.